Imagine holding a simple 1965 Washington quarter in your hands, just another everyday coin. What if I told you that some of these ordinary-looking coins could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. Hidden among pocket change, estate collections, and old jars of coins are some rare era quarters from 1965 that collectors are paying insane amounts of money for. The 1965 Washington quarter is a significant coin in U.S. numismatic history. It marked a major transition in American coinage as the U.S. Mint shifted from using silver to a copper-nickel clad composition. This change had lasting effects on the coin market and collectors' interest in this particular issue. The 1965 quarter is often examined for rare errors and varieties, some of which can be quite valuable. In this comprehensive guide, we will delve into its history, key features, errors, and values. Today, we're going to break down everything you need to know about these rare 1965 Washington quarter errors, their history, how they happened, and how you can spot one that could make you rich. Stay until the end because you don't want to miss the shocking auction results of these incredible coins. The history behind the 1965 Washington quarter. Before we jump into the errors, let's take a quick look at why 1965 was such a critical year in U.S. coinage history. During the early 1960s, the United States faced a massive coin shortage. Silver prices were rising rapidly, and people started hoarding coins made of 90% silver. By 1965, the U.S. Mint decided to remove silver from dimes and quarters, replacing it with a copper-nickel clad composition. This decision was historic because it marked the end of an era for silver quarters. This transition wasn't smooth. The U.S. Mint was under pressure to mass-produce coins, leading to several errors and anomalies. Some of these mistakes have become legendary among collectors, making certain 1,965 quarters worth thousands of dollars today. Most valuable 1965 Washington quarter errors. Let's get to the exciting part, the rare and valuable errors that could be in your pocket right now. The 1965 silver quarter error, worth up to $15,000 plus. One of the biggest mistakes the U.S. Mint made in 1965 was accidentally striking some quarters on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These coins look just like regular quarters, but they are made of silver instead of the new copper-nickel alloy. How to identify a 1965 silver quarter? Weight. A silver quarter weighs 6.25 grams, while a clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams. Edge. A silver quarter has a solid silver edge, while a clad quarter has a copper-colored stripe. Sound test. Silver coins produce a high-pitched ring when dropped on a hard surface. Collectors will pay big money for a genuine 1965 silver quarter. One of these sold for over $15,000 at auction, so start checking your old change. 1965 quarter struck on a 1964 dime planchet, worth over $10,000. Some 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on smaller dime planchets, causing an unusual appearance. These errors are highly valuable because they are obvious mistakes that should have never left the mint. How to spot one. Smaller size. The coin will be noticeably smaller than a regular quarter. Partial details. Some words or numbers may be cut off because the quarter design was struck on a smaller coin blank. Weight. A dime planchet weighs 2.5 grams, far lighter than a quarter. One of these rare coins sold for over $10,000, so keep an eye out. Double die errors, worth hundreds to thousands. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a doubling effect on the date, lettering, or images. The 1965 quarter has several double die variations, and some are worth a small fortune. Where to look for doubling? Date, 1965. Look for thick or overlapping numbers. The word Liberty, some letters may appear double. Washington's eye and profile, some coins show extra lines. Collectors love these mistakes, and prices can range from a few hundred to several $1,000s, depending on how visible the error is. Off-center strikes, worth up to $5,000. Ever seen a quarter where part of the design is missing or shifted off to the side? This is called an off-center strike error, and some of these can be extremely valuable. What determines value? The bigger the off-center shift, the higher the value. If the date is still visible, it's worth more. A well-centered off-strike 1965 quarter can fetch $1,000 to $5,000 or more. Broad strike errors, worth up to $3,000. A broad strike error happens when a coin is struck without a proper collar, causing it to spread out and look wider than normal. These errors are rare and highly sought after by collectors. One of these sold for nearly $3,000, so be on the lookout. Auction prices. How much are these errors selling for? Some of the most valuable 1965 quarter errors have sold for staggering amounts. Here are some real auction prices. 1965 silver quarter, sold for $15,600. 1965 quarter on dime planchet, sold for $10,200. Double die 1965 quarter, sold for $3,500. Off-center strike 1965 quarter, sold for $5,000. These coins are out there, and someone will find them, why not you? Final tips. How to find a rare 1965 quarter. White heavy checkmark. Check your pocket change. Rare coins still circulate today. White heavy checkmark. Use a scale. A silver 1965 quarter will weigh 6.25 grams instead of 5.67 g. White heavy checkmark. Look at the edge. A real 1965 silver quarter won't have a copper-colored stripe. White heavy checkmark. Get a magnifying glass. Look for doubling on letters and numbers. White heavy checkmark. Hold on to error coins. Values often increase over time. It looks like you're asking where to sell rare coins like the 1965 error Washington quarter. Here are some great options. Best places to sell rare coins. Online auctions and marketplaces. eBay. Set a reserve price and auction your coin to collectors. Heritage auctions. One of the top auction houses for rare coins. Great Collections. A reputable coin auction platform. Coin dealer shops. Local coin shops may offer quick sales, though sometimes at lower prices. Look for PCGS or NGC certified dealers for fair appraisals. Coin shows and expos. Attend coin conventions where collectors and dealers are actively buying. Online coin forums and communities. Reddit, r/coins, r/coin collecting. Connect with collectors. Coin Talk and PCGS forums. Trusted places to discuss and sell coins. Pawn shops. Last resort. Pawn shops can buy coins, but they usually offer less than market value. Would you like help listing your coin for sale or finding its exact value? Rocket Money Bag. Tips for collectors. Check for silver planchet errors. Use a precision scale to determine weight. A 6.25 gram quarter could be silver. Inspect for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to check the text for double die errors. Look for high-grade coins. Finding an MS-67 or higher 1965 quarter is rare and can be valuable. Consider certified coins. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC are more trusted and fetch higher prices. Design features of the 1965 quarter. The 1965 Washington quarter retained the classic design introduced in 1932, created by sculptor John Flanagan. The design was chosen to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Obverse, front, design, features a left-facing bust of George Washington. The word liberty is inscribed above his head. The phrase, "In God We Trust," appears on the left. The year, 1965, is positioned at the bottom. Reverse, back, design, displays a bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows in its talons. Below the eagle is a wreath of olive branches. The inscriptions, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, are above the eagle. The denomination, $quarter, is placed at the bottom. Conclusion. Will you be the next lucky finder? Collectors and treasure hunters alike dream of finding these rare error coins, and with a little patience, you could be the next person to cash in big. Keep searching, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of a simple quarter. The 1965 Washington quarter represents a pivotal moment in U.S. coin history, transitioning from silver to clad coinage. While common in circulation, rare errors and high-grade specimens can be extremely valuable. Collectors should be on the lookout for silver planchet errors, double dies, and high-grade examples, as these can command significant premiums. Whether you're a casual collector or a dedicated numismatist, the 1965 quarter offers exciting opportunities to explore and invest in coin collecting. Imagine holding a simple 1965 Washington quarter in your hands, just another everyday coin. What if I told you that some of these ordinary-looking coins could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. Hidden among pocket change, estate collections, and old jars of coins are some rare error quarters from 1965 that collectors are paying insane amounts of money for. The 1965 Washington quarter is a significant coin in U.S. numismatic history.